we back on y'all with another edition of Paper Trails. So this time I want to give a shout out to Non-Human Media at Non-Human Media One on Twitter. He threw a little alley oop, so I caught it and said, "Let me dunk this thing down." So this is it's a transcript or excerpt, whatever you want to call it, a screenshot that he grabbed from a publication called the Negro Digest that was published in November of 1963. And this is page 31. I tried to get pages 30 and 32, but that was a no go. But either way, let's jump into some of this. These are observations from our ancestors on non FBAs, even from 1963. So before I get into it, 1963 to 73, 73 to 83, 83 to 93, 93 to 03, 03 to 2013, 2013 to 2023. So that's like 60 years ago that they peeped the same shit niggas is talking about in 2025. Don't fuck with us, man. So let's jump right into this shit. So it says, people, I can never be American. And then the quote that they's responding with, but or that I guess the interview, but you have citizenship now. That doesn't mean anything. Citizenship doesn't mean much to her, she says, in an effort to cover up what she really means so much to her, a woman past 50 here in the USA for 5 years. She doesn't want to be considered an American Negro. As a matter of fact, she's ashamed of being an American Negro. And this is the standard neurosis of the average West Indian immigrant. He or she does not want to be considered an American Negro. Subconsciously, they believe that the white man prefers them as non-American Negroes. In short, he wishes to be the white man's favorite nigger, and he may well be happy because he seems to be succeeding in dehumanizing himself. So it's it's great timing that with the video that I just dropped before, why there's so many non FBAs in power, and then non-human media, the universe bring people that or bring information that at the right time. This is crazy, but anyway, it's giving you the background, the psychosis behind this shit that niggas been peeping. So we're gonna go further on into it. He seems to be succeeding in dehumanizing himself. So before we even get into the next paragraph, like I touched on before, a lot of these non-FBAs are put into positions of power because one, they have no problem cooning. I already gave you the 10 reasons in the other video. Go check that shit out. I ain't gonna even go through that shit again. They have that yes master, no master mentality. They are grateful and thankful. As another brother on my Twitter timeline broke down, it showed the poverty level and what um severe trenches a lot of those non FBA you know the non FBAs, you know what I mean? They going through severe poverty. They going through some shit. So to come to America, the land of opportunity, and this and that, yeah, they definitely looking at all of this shit totally different than how we looking at it. But let's go further. This is the color complex of the West Indian Negro. One who doesn't understand the fight for freedom in America, one who doesn't wish to understand it, and one who, even understanding it, doesn't have any sympathy for it. It's a further chapter in the history of international black man's effort to escape from his skin and his being. I have yet to meet a West Indian Negro who doesn't feel he is better than the American Negro and therefore equal to the American white with whom he wishes to associate. Not everyone born in the West Indies can be a Sidney Poitier or Cleveland Robinson, two of the many West Indians who have entered the mainstream of American life. I already told you about Shirley Chisholm, who they tried to market and package up as the first black congresswoman, when really she was the first non FBA to come through. So, anyway, it's that same ideology that they have, and it's the same reason why those who select, not elect, all of these political people are selected. Am I going to select somebody who is going to be trying to fight against white supremacy that's keeping me in power, or am I going to select one of these, oh, thank you, master, I'm so happy to be here in America to breathe your white air, niggas? They're going to select that nigga, the non-FBA, who will do whatever to please and impress because they came from literally, the trenches. Our trenches ain't shit compared to their trenches. So they're going to do whatever. All right, anyway, the majority, whether they came from Jamaica, Trinidad, Barbados, or Grenada, or any other part of the Caribbean, seek to degrade the American Negro. Somebody once said that the immigrant was a mad dog in search of any bone, and every time he found a bone, he would cross a bridge, look down in the water, see a larger bone, drop his own, and run down to the bank of the river to be deceived by his unquenchability. Well, the immigrant Negro in America seems to be the mad dog with the bone in his mouth, constantly dropping it and finding others throughout his long search for an identity. Some time ago, I met with a Jamaican in a Greenwich Village bar. I asked him whether he had become an American citizen, and I guess the response was no and never. Soon he was lashing out at the defects of the American Negro and pretending to be holier than they in the castle of his unpopular skin. So I guess in the interview it goes further. The guy that's being asked these questions, he said they are animals. They are this and they are that. I challenged his statements. Oh, you wouldn't know, he parried? You have to work with them. He works with them with some civil rights organization in New York. This young man is about 26. So the article cuts off there, but the long and short, this shit is from 1963. So that's literally 62 years ago. It's the same energy, the same vibes. In my lifetime of 50 years, well, not 50, I'll be 49 soon, but in my 40, almost 49 years of life, I've even experienced these vibes directly and indirectly. You know what I'm saying? So I already know what it is. Like when you experience some shit yourself and then other motherfuckers been saying the same shit and articles from way back is saying the same shit and the same shit is happening now, it's like the proof is there, nigga. This is cement. This is concrete. You can't dispute this shit. So when cats is talking this FBA and non-FBA talk and delineation and all that shit, understand why. Understand who. Like, look at the basketball player who won the championship in OKC. He was a regular nigga up until he won that championship. Once he won the championship, then he want to bring out the Haitian flag out of nowhere. Like, nigga, go sit your ass down. And no disrespect to the Haitian people collectively, But that man probably wasn't talking none of that Haiti shit up until the moment he won that championship. So it's just shit like that. Same thing with a Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes um identified and moved as a FBA this entire time. And now that as he enters old age, now he wanna, rep the Jamaica and all of this shit. Like nigga, fuck out of here, nigga. Miss me with that shit. And then you wonder why a nigga like him would co-sign the fuckery of a Fat Joe. But all of this shit is more valid reasons of the delineation situation. Like we gotta, separate and identify our people and separate from them. Not to say, fuck everybody else, but when it comes to from a political standpoint, we've got to be about us because they are about them. They made it crystal clear over and over who they are about. They may be here, they may hang and chill, party with us, and all this fly shit. But when it comes down to it, politically, they are still representing their shit. They're not representing American blacks. They representing wherever the fuck they came from. That's fine and dandy. You know what I mean? But just don't try to be all up in our mix and try to benefit off of our swag, off of our greatness, off of our creativity. So I got y'all, man. I'm about to slide.